Good morning, my dear people, and welcome to this Sunday of the 27th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Today's reading presented to us as their main theme God's ideal plan for man and woman to form a community of love, stable and indissoluble, which will help each other to fulfill themselves and to be happy. This love made of donation and surrender will be a reflection of God's love for the world. The first reading tells us that God created man and woman to complete each other, to help each other, to love each other. United by love, man and woman will form one flesh. And being one flesh implies living in full communion with one another, giving one another, sharing life with one another, united by a love that is stronger than any other bond. The second reading reminds us of the quality of God's love for men and women. God so loved men that he sent his only Son into the world for the benefit of all. Jesus, the Son of God, showed solidarity with men and women, shared the weakness of men, and fulfilling the Father's plan, accepted to die on the cross to tell men that true life is in the love that is given to its ultimate consequences. Linking the text of the letter to the Hebrews with the main theme of this Sunday's liturgy, we can say that the Christian couple must witness with their unlimited donation and with their total surrender to God's love for humanity. In the Gospel, Jesus, confronted with the Jews' law of divorce, reaffirms God's plan for man and woman. They were called to form a stable and indissoluble community of love, sharing and giving. Separation is not foreseen in God's ideal plan, as God does not consider a love that is not total and lasting, only eternal love expressed in an indissoluble commitment respect God's primordial plan for man and woman. Despite everything, the lives of men and women are marked by the weaknesses inherent in the human condition. People, despite their efforts and their goodwill, are not always able to be faithful to the ideals that God proposes. The life of all of us are full of failures, infidelities, and so on. In these circumstances, the Christian community must be very understanding towards those who are failed, often without guilt, in living out their project of love. Under no circumstances should divorced people be marginalized or cut off from the life of the Christian community. The community must at all times welcome, integrate, understand, help those who the circumstances of life are presented from the living the ideal project of God. It is not a question of giving up the ideal that God proposes. It is a question of witnessing the goodness and mercy of God to all those who have suffered by sharing a common project and who, for various reasons, have not been able to fulfill the ideal that one day before God and the community committed to live. Therefore, another element from the family life is the children. And Jesus brings the children, presents them to us in this Sunday Gospel as models of the disciple invites us to simplicity, humility, sincerity, and humble acceptance of the gift of God. According to the words of Jesus, those who place themselves in an attitude of pride, self sufficiency, authoritarianism, superiority over their brothers and sisters cannot be part of the kingdom. The dynamic of the kingdom requires people who are willing to accept and listen to God's proposal and who are willing to serve their brothers and sisters with humility and simplicity out of love. The Lord be with you and with your spirit. Have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful week ahead. Thank you and be blessed.